Hi guys, this is gonna be a very quick lecture on how to paint skin wet on the hose. Somehow I forgot to record this part. What happened is this, with the rig that I did, can you see when I rotate it, the hose it stays static, kind of pinned it on the body on this part of the hose. So now the difference between my right side and my left side at the moment is the left side I did not set up extra joint to control the the surface. Sorry, of I one moment. Let me skin wet quick. Just only on this guy. Skin, bind skin, and I'm gonna use joint hierarchy, closest distance, classic linear, do not allow multiple bipose, maximum the inference is 3 joints each side. I click bind. So now it looked like this. When I rotate it, can you see it's detached? So we can actually make it attach. So what we need to do is I'm gonna have to unbind the skin first, unbind it. So basically I create an extra joint, this joint, and I call the L green base joint, host base, and will be a child of these locator. So because this locator is follow the all a host locator, front host locator, and the front host is a child of the all parts car. So if I expand this, can you see it's right there? So I'm gonna select this joint host base, shift select the host base locator, edit, parent. So now if we move the car, that joint will follow, right? You select the surface, hold shift, select the root of the joint for spine IK, and then the other root, which is only single joint. Then you go to skin, bind skin, open up option. We're gonna use joint hierarchy, closest distance, classic linear, normalized weight, just use interactive. That will help when we do painting. When I'll explain that soon. And then 3 on max inference, drop off red 4. So basically smooth from 3 and then smooth it out, radiate by 4 unit. Bind. So now when I manipulate the controller, it will look like this. Can you see it's a little stretched but not pinned? Well, we're gonna paint skin wet. To paint skin wet, you need to manipulate the controller so you can see how surface deform, and then you will modify the paint weight from here. To modify the paint weight, you select the surface that has been skinned by these 2 root of the joints, and then you go to skin menu and paint skin weight, open up option so that you can see. Right now it's select on the root joint. So if I zoom in, let me disable that quick. Here we go. Can you see? That's the weight of the skin. So now the problem is with this. So I have to select the skin weight that belong to this joint. Now if you name correctly, you should be able to see it. Mine is right here, host base. So I can select. Now you have another option to select the joint while you do paint skin. you right click on the joint, you will see select inference. So if I right click on here, oops, sorry, there's an IK on top, so you will need to hide the IK temporary. So I'm gonna hide because IK handle, it has selection priority that higher than joint. So now when I right click on the joint, I have select inference. Now sometime though you may right click on the surface, you will not get this option. So when I choose that, it's select. Can you see? So now if I right click on the base host again, joint, it's select. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this brush. So basically when you paint skin wet, you actually did not paint the color. The grayscale color is just a feedback for you. So white color is 100% influenced by nearby joint or selected joint. Grayscale is reduced the inference from 100 to 0. 0 is black. So now this is what we can do. Look at under on the paint skin wet tool. If you don't see this, just double click on the tool. It will pop up on the attribute on the tool selection. You have a mode. On this semester, we're gonna just use only paint mode, and we're gonna use add. So now add skin wet. These are opacity. If you use tablet pen, you can play around with the opacity. The pen pad pressure will work around in 1 moment. Okay, so what we need to do is now we can change the brush size, because when you paint, I think sorry, I just come back. When you paint, you actually paint the vertex wet, even though it doesn't show the vertices. But when you click paint, can you see it paint on the vertex? So if you make your brush size a little larger, and now to change your brush size is easier when you change it with shortcut. If you hold B key and then just left mouse, click left and right to change the size. You don't have to make it big. I would make it a little small so that you can emphasize on painting only on the vertex. Here we go. So right now I am giving a favor to this joint. So opacity might set to 0.1. The volumes is 100%, but subtract 90%. So now if I do opacity 1, volumes at 1, it will shoot right to here we go, to the inference joint. So let me not save that. Oh well, hold on, sorry, let me save scene as. I don't want to overwrite things that I did not intend to. I did not set the project. Hold on. Project set to here we go. Save scene as, and this will be on the rig. So car rig pin. Okay, what is it? Pin A. Okay, so now I'm gonna add. You have to tumble your scene until you see. You might need to isolate. You can press 4 so that you can see. See, I painted right there. Here we go. So now it seems attached. I have a little now. There's some certain area, because these one, oh, I can see. I have a bad topology there. So let me clean it up quick. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I just got confused. I need to paint there. Here we go. Oop, you need to be on object mode in order to paint. Here we go. And then paint. Right there. Here we go. One more. Okay. So now it's correct. And the next thing is I want to push this so that it won't stretch too much. I could even make this become solid, like stay static. So to do that, let's try brush size a little bigger. I'm gonna try to cover entire. Here we go. Okay, tumble you seen. If you can't see it, press 4. Here we go. Come on. Oop. Okay. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Come on. If it's too difficult, you might need to control 1 to isolate everything. Control 1 is basically show isolate selection, view selected only. So now it will be a lot easier. Okay, come on. Shoot. Here we go. So how about this section? Right now we are still on the inference of the base host. There are 2 roots on here. So this is the base. So this area I will not do 1. I would reduce the volumes to, how about just 10% at a time? So, or you could do, how about 0.5, 50%. But if you do that, you need to change the brush size a little smaller because you need to paint 1 vertex at a time in order to make all of them move in 50%. Because every time you click will add 50% weight on it. So it means if you click 2 times, we'll add 100%. So here we go. And need a little touch up. This cannot be 50%. Let's do 0.1. And just a bit. Oh, that's too much. I'm gonna undo. How about 0.01? Just to be safe, so I can tap a few times. Here we go. So, and I think that's, let me even stretch it more. 1. Here we go. That. Here we go. So I think that's enough for me. Control 1 to bring everything back. So now it will stay. It will stay. So can you see? It's stretched. Now I actually don't like this setting. This side should be a little better because we animate the cluster. Can you see the cluster in the middle moving? So basically we just set up the key. So like for example, let me show you again. I think I record that part on the previous video. So I'm gonna bring this back to 0. Let's set that up quick. Besides just only skin. Okay. So now what we need is we need to animate this cluster, but we are not moving the cluster directly. We need to move the group node of that cluster right here. So that's the group node. So I'm gonna switch the module to animation, keyframe key menu, and key driven set driven key. Open up option. Sorry, let me close the door quick. And this will be the driven. So the driver will be this controller put to the driver. And will be rotate what? Rotate Y. Okay, so I can put rotate Y. Here we go. Now, what about the group node? You need to use outliner of set driven key to select the object. Okay, so let me test. I think it's gonna move from a Z and X. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight translate X and Z. So two of them. So I'm gonna set the key to set initial key. Oops, let me, okay, good. So set initial, and this section, select the controller, go ahead, rotate it. You just go to maximum rotation as you need it. Here we go. All right, it's like that. So now see the skin stay, and you're gonna select the group cluster group using the outliner of set different key to do it. And I'm gonna animate translate and this. Don't touch the rotation because those controlled by something else. So now I'm gonna move all two volumes there until you like it. So I think I should animate this section also, but that's okay. So just do only now for now. Here we go. And set the keyframe. Here we go. So now you're gonna select the controller, rotate it to the other way. Here we go. Okay, and let's see. I'm gonna animate this a little bit. Okay, so now I come back to here, turn on move to, and to move, you could move one axis at a time, or you can use the technique that I did with the plane. So the plane is here. I disabled the y-axis by clicking on the green plane, and then I can move them. So now I think we really need to animate the other one too. Okay, and set the key. You can do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna let go. So if you need to do it, basically just do the same process. Here we go. So okay, so can you see those cluster has been moving, is moved by the driven key. Okay, that's it for this lecture. So I can select up that. I think I moved this by accident. Don't know how did I do it, but I did. Here we go. So, okay.